Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good evening, guys. Today, we will try to illustrate the lecture number 4, part 2. Let me use my PPT. You can start. Yes. Our previous lecture, we was talking about the temperature. We proved it, how we can scale it, and after that, talked about what its units, Kelvin, Fahrenheit, Celsius, like I explained before. And we explained all the necessary functions to can convert from one to one. This topic will be important in some slide at this lecture. Maybe I will use it in the exam. Let me start from the first slide. At first, let me take a look to this picture. What this picture illustrates to you, why we have different temperature, which all these different colors illustrate to us. At first, about the content thermography, we can plot the different temperature. In infrared, it's one kind of the radiation. It's invisible. We'll illustrate some important information to it, and we will use it to some thermography part. And we will introduce what is the cathode ray tube, CRT. Actually, I explained this topic widely in the lab when we was talking about the cathode ray oscilloscope. It's a similar here, but here it's another app to another application to use this device. Example here, it's important how we can convert one-to-one unit to another unit temperature, and how we can calculate or determine a specific area, how we can determine the temperature to a specific area in your body. And we'll discuss that it's possible or not. Heat therapy and the physical methods of producing heat in the body, it's important. We have some kinds, we'll illustrate all of them. And the cold, can we use the cold in medicine? It's a possible. What is the advantage and disadvantage to this process? What is the cryosurgery and cryogenic? Let's start illustrate from the first slide, thermography. Measurement of body surface temperature indicates the surface temperature varies from point to point. It's not equal because that the first reason make the first picture at the first slide was made from different colors. Every color was indicate to a specific level of temperature. External physical factors. Here I have three simple methods to increase the temperature in your body. By first one, external physical factors, running, swimming, jumping. Internal metabolic process. And the first one and the important one, it's the dominant, it's the main reason to make your temperature to make your body has temperature is the circulatory process near the skin, the blood flowing. Blood flow near the skin is the dominant factor. It's the important factor. It's the main factor. And by using this factor, we can say this person is dead or still alive. I can use this example to anyone can't believe we have temperature in our body, and this temperature is different from part to part. Can use this example. It's a huge difference between a person still alive and another is dead about the temperature. Who dead person, his body will be very cold, and that is a notable thing. Here, let's talk about the infrared ray and why I will use it. Actually, the temperature that emitted from your body, it has a specific wavelength. It's not visible light because that I can't see it. Because that I say I can't believe you have temperature in your body because this thing it's invisible to me, invisible to any normal human. By that, why it's not it's invisible, because it's belong to infrared ray in specific wavelength. Since variation in this internal process may be symptomatic of abnormal conditions, like when you work in some patient in its teeth and some wrong happen, that means his temperature will increase. By that, you can know some infection it's happened. That means it's abnormal condition. Many researchers have attempted try to accurately measure the surface temperature of the body and relate it to pathologic conditions. Like I said before, it's a pathologic condition. Why this patient its temperature is increased? Because some infection is happened. Something wrong when you was working on it, I don't know. But that's evidence your patient has infection. One very applying method of obtaining, a thermogram is to measure the radiation emitted. Which radiation? RI, infrared, emitted from the body. All, like I said before, all objects, regardless of their temperature, emitted radiation, but it's are not equal. Now let's talk about why we can see it. Like I said before, because this belongs to infrared ray with specific wavelength. By that, it's invisible to us. What is the CRT? C from cathode, R from ray, T from tube. Is the heart of the CRO. It's the heart of the cathode ray oscilloscope device, like I explained it today at the lab. Let's take a look to this part. This part I'm talking about it, the cathode ray tube. It has a screen. It's very important to us. By it, we can we can measure some electrical signal, convert electrical signal to some waves, to some notes. We can read it to introduce what's happened. Actually, this device has many applications in our life, in medical devices, in data and study research. At body temperature, the emitted radiation in the infrared region, infrared transparent filter removes visible light. Here, let me say why at device like that, it's a more modern device from cathode ray tube. And somehow we have just all of these colors indicate to the same radiation, RI radiation. Why we don't have another visible or invisible light? Because here the CRT device has filter to remove all the another light and focus on just infrared. And the detector converts the IR, infrared or heat body, you can say, radiation, to an electrical signal on the screen that is proportional to the temperature of the surface. Here we have strong relation between the electrical signal and the temperature in the surface in your body. For example, by using the electrical signal, we can note how much temperature in this part. Okay, that means the electrical signal here will be our evidence. Surface from which the radiation oriented. The cathode ray tube displays the different body temperature as a different colors, like here are illustrated. They take a deeply look to the cathode ray tube. Here we have actually it must be connected with the current, alternating current. That means our power supply will has electric power. By that, we can select which current kind will work on it AC or DC. For example, today I worked with my students on DC current. Here, let me say I selected DC. That's mean here the cathode will take DC current. By that, the cathode will work by using this current to produce electrons. By that, I have heater near from the cathode to increase the kinetic energy of these electrons. By that, I have electronic beam. To accelerate this beam, to can make it, can reach the screen, you can read the waves. We will use anode and this vertical plates and horizontal plates to illustrate this electronic beam to can reach the screen. After that, when the electronics beam will stick with this screen, it will select a specific position, different position. Like we can see here, we have converted direction to be up or to be down. That's will mean another meaning. Okay, here how we can determine the power radiation, how we can produce the device which the employees was used in the mall and the terminals to measure your temperature, to can know you infection with coronavirus or not. What is the main rule, main function you can determine your temperature in a specific region? For example, in this part, at the at the corona time, or when the employees was using this part or this part to determine your temperature. You can give me a permission to enter to the mall or not. How we can determine the power radiated per square centimeter from skin at specific temperature? Actually, we will use the power radiation, total power radiation, W equals sigma multiple T at specific unit. This unit is Kelvin to force 4. By using this, function, we can determine the total radiation power. It's not specific like the device which the employees use it to determine your temperature, but some similarity. We can determine something on a specific space in your body. Okay? What is the power radiated per square centimeters? That means the distance, because the centimeters will be square. From skin at temperature of 33 Celsius. At first, like I said before, we must convert this unit to be Kelvin, like is written in the in the function. Here that the power radiated, it's wanted from me to calculate temperature 33 Celsius. Let's solve it by using this function. T Kelvin equal cesium temperature plus 273. Convert it and use this function. The result is approximately 0.05 watt divided on centimeter square. Why the Kelvin is deleted? Because here to force number 4, that's mean here I have Kelvin number 4 and add down Kelvin number 4 will delete each other. The physical methods of producing heat in the body, it's important. We have many methods. Each one has a specific method, specific mind elements, and a specific advantage. Okay, let's start from conductive method. Diathermy has many kinds: infrared, soft, shortwave, and shortwave has some kinds like capacitor plates, magnetic induction method, and the third kind of the diathermy is microwave and the ultrasonic. That means I have two main kinds to the physical method, the conductive and diathermy. Let's illustrate each one. The conductive method, that's mean I will use two parts with different temperature to can use the thermal equilibrium process between these bodies. The first one has increasing temperature. The second has less than. By that, I can increase the the object who it has the decreased temperature and can increase it more by using what? By using the thermal equilibrium process. Heating baths, it's a good example. And parfum or the uh, other another treatment, it's Vicks, like I think, with hot and with cold. All of these uses, we used it to determine a specific area from your body, like a physical treatment. Okay, it not has any electrical power, any electrical magnetic. It's easy and work on the thermal equilibrium process. That's it. We can use it in specific situations. The coil, arthritis, neutrates, and back pain. Okay. Diathermy, let me pass it to a while.